Yeah. Welcome to the open book, where truth don't hide, stories ride, and every chapter got that power. Turn the page, now you stepping in, where real ones talk and the fake pretend. From viral heat to deep convo, we write the truth, let the whole world know. This ain't just a channel, it's a movement. The open book, every story, every voice.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone is having a fabulous weekend. Child, it's just been, oh my gosh, just a relaxing day for me today. Kind of rained a little here and kind of just dreary, cool weather. So it's one of those fireplace, just do nothing. I did a little something, but really nothing. Okay, trying not to just be eat. Around this time, y'all, we're just trying to just make it through without gaining a good 25, 30 pounds. Okay, so, child, that's what we are on today. But I hope you all have been enjoying yourselves this weekend. Y'all, make sure you tap that like button. Let everyone know we are live. It is for free. Also, y'all, if you would like to help your girl reach her goal tonight, okay, any super sticker amount will go towards that goal. And so hey, okay, I know, y'all went shopping, y'all spent y'all money. But if you are able to show your girls some support tonight, but thank you for being here. Don't forget to vote in that poll as well. Okay, let's see who we have here so far. Hey, my girl Latte is in the building. Thank you for joining, sis, and thank you for being first in the building. Okay, Honey 5K Gangsta is in the building. Welcome, sis. Thank you for joining. Hey, we are Ramika is in the building. Good evening. My sis Talks with Tabby is in the building. Make sure y'all check her out. She is doing some awesome things over there on her channel as well. So shout out to you. Thank you for joining. Hey, KB Mommy, where have you been? Okay. Thank you for tapping in this evening. Shout out to Tabby. Thank you, sis, so much for the super chat and for being a sponsor for tonight's live. She said, let's go. Make sure y'all got that like button. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hey, my girl V is in the building. Look at V coming on through, y'all. V has a channel as well. Make sure y'all tap into my girl V. Baby, she is being persistent and persistent and consistent. This is what I'm trying to say. Consistent and persistent. Okay. I love it. I love it. Shout out to you, V. Oh my God, I messed up your commercial. Oh my goodness, my sis Royal D is in the building. Make sure y'all check out Royal D as well. Usually Monday through Fridays, midday. All these beautiful content creators are in the building. Hey, Teresa, welcome. Thank you for joining. Okay, and I appreciate you always hitting that like button. My sis Dreamy Girl is in the building. Welcome, sis. Hey, Janet. Thank you so much for joining. Okay. Child, I done messed up the commercial. Hey, Becca, welcome. All right, so y'all, we are getting into some things on this live. I hope y'all ready to cut up and laugh and just chill on tonight, because this one of those lives. Okay, yes, consistent. V is very consistent, and I love it. It's one of those lives, okay? Because we got some foolishness going on, and anytime we have some foolishness going on, baby, we about to laugh. Okay, we're gonna laugh. That's one thing we do here at the open book. I know this morning, if y'all did not tap in, make sure that y'all tap into the update with our Ramika Meeks case update. Her family has made a statement, and so we wanted to tap in and just kind of give y'all that update. We also talked about some other things during that live, so make sure y'all go back and watch that replay whenever y'all get a chance. Hey, Crease Conversation Lounge is in the building. Welcome and thank you so much for joining, sis. Make sure y'all tap in to Cree's Conversation Lounge as well. Okay. Now, y'all, okay, so recently, probably about a couple of weeks ago, okay, we this story with Brenay, okay, and a lot of you may already know who she was. I had to come to kind of know who she was because I hadn't heard of her before. But hey, quickly, y'all know how social media is. It doesn't take long. Okay, it really, really doesn't take long. So Brenay is this influencer, kind of TikTok influencer. She's mainly on that platform and has built her platform to over millions of subscribers and followers. I think they call it TikTok followers because some have subscribers, some have followers, and so forth. So y'all know what I'm talking about. So, oh y'all, this lady here, y'all was just doing the most. Okay, and as you can tell in my thumbnail, I'm trying to understand how come she did not think back to our girl Fantasia and what she went through at the beginning of her career. Okay, something similar to this. Okay, being a side chick does not always play in your favor. Okay, sometimes it will cost you, and it will cost you more than what you either have or willing to pay. Now, this TikToker influencer, Brenay Kennard, was found liable in a North Carolina civil trial for alienation of affection and criminal conversation after an affair with her former manager, Tim Montague. Okay. Now, this November 10th verdict awarded Montague's wife, Akira, $1.75 million in damages. And it marks one of the state's most high profile applications of its remaining what they call heart bomb laws. Okay. Now, the ruling in this case carried major implications for influencers whose online conduct intersects with real life or real world relationships. Okay. A North Carolina jury delivered a dramatic verdict on November 10th, finding Brenay liable for destroying the marriage of her former manager, Tim. The courtroom felt tense as jurors agreed that Kennard's affair with Tim directly contributed to the collapse of his marriage to Akira, whom he had wedded back in 2018, and also he shared children with her. Now, this lawsuit was filed in May of 2024, okay? And it accused Brenay of openly flaunting the relationship online and even posting images of Akira's children without consent. So she wasn't trying to hide it as well, okay? She thinks that it is a game. All right, so let me show y'all this little quick snippet. Let's see here. Latte said, but Fantasia didn't know he was married, so that's how she beat her case. But even with that, and we'll see that part in a second because we're going to take it on back for a second. We're going to move forward. Even in that, I don't know if you recall, because I was thinking that too when all that was taking place. But y'all, Fantasia, the wife, I should say, had proof that Fantasia did know. Okay? Yes, Tabby, it was some proof that came out later when they were actually going to trial because, see, Fantasia, okay, we're going to get to it because I'm getting ahead of myself because she wanted to settle with the lady for $100,000, the man's wife, right? But then eventually the wife decided to pursue charges. And while they were going to go through the whole court case, her lawyer had some proof that Fantasia actually knew about it. I was like, wait a second. Okay, so let me show y'all this little quick video.
What I have on right now is actually from here as well. You need a smaller size. He ain't that big. Babe.
Shoot. Boy. Oh no, I gotta get the full effect.
Only my husband, literally. Only my husband.
I wear just like this too.
Okay, now child, look. Okay, before I just want to kind of give y'all a little snip into what we're trying to get into with her. Now you're out here owing $1.75 million, okay, to this lady. And a couple of her videos since then, since this was um, the verdict and what she's been charged to do, well, she has multiple videos on her TikTok where she's out shopping. Okay, now if you know you owe that amount of money, child, my content would look different. Because see, I would want to give away the fact if I had a coin. Okay, child, my content would be us at the food stamp office trying to get some food stamps. Child, we be out at the pantries trying to get some food, even if it is for, content. Why are you out here flaunting money when you already owe someone $1.75 million? At this point, I know we've been hashtag justice for Romika, hashtag justice for Kanika. Child, right now it is hashtag justice for Akira. We need you to run that lady her money and quit playing games, okay? Because right now you are playing games, and just like you flaunted that man in front of her online, and you ended up having to go to court thinking it's a joke and you were going to win, guess what? She's not playing about her money. This thing is about to take a huge turn, okay? KB Mommy said, no, it was proven that he was legally separated in September of 2009 before his relationship with Fantasia became serious. No, I was talking about the part about Fantasia knowing. That was what we were talking about. She said, "Oh, she gonna pay." They froze her accounts. Okay, hey, Melisha, right? Child, she is out here playing these games. Okay, now what they say, play crazy games, win stupid prizes. Okay, right. So I was thinking when this all came out, I said, "No, wait a second. Alienation of affection. I've heard that before." Yeah, because see, back then, see, we were younger. A lot of this stuff happened in the past because I started thinking 2009. I didn't forgot how old I was. Okay, back in 2009. But y'all, this is what happened with Fantasia when she first came out. Now, Fantasia was one of American Idol's winners. Okay, it was during the seasons when I was actually watching it because I quit watching American Idol after I think Ruben Stutter. Well, let's see, Ruben, Fantasia, that era. Probably another couple of years after that. Okay. She said, Tabby, that's true. My grandma would say that. Right. Okay. That was probably the last time I kind of started watching American Idol. But even during that time with Fantasia was very open with her testimony. Okay, some things she had gone through prior to even coming to that competition, about her getting pregnant at a young age, dropping out of school. She could barely read, and so forth. And so she was very, very open with her situation. And then she won. Okay. Now, with that level of status, it puts you into a whole new category of influence, of people you're around, of money, and so forth. And so, right then is when some things started hitting her. Okay, her getting involved into some things that she probably right now look back and was like, man, ooh, I wish I wouldn't have done that. Okay, and we were all probably a little shocked and confused by it all. So before we get into that part, I want to show this short video recapping what took place during that time. Okay, and then we're gonna bring it forward. Let me share my screen. Child, I got a lot of stuff open. Okay, so this is
See this house in Texas? Let me show you how I invested into it with just a few $100s. Using this investment strategy.
Another tale of my man is your man hurt. It's her man too. Shout out to SZA. What would you do if you found out your
hey
man was
Terry,
not only
welcome.
cheating on the Lolo, but was cheating on the low low with a Grammy Award winning, multi platinum vocalist who just so happened to have also been the winner of season 3 of American Idol. She's dealt with her fair share of situationships throughout her life, but nothing quite tops the one she had to deal with real estate agent and businessman Antoine Cook. Maybe because Antoine had a whole wife and kids back at the crib? When Antoine's wife Paula caught wind of her husband's trifling ways, she filed for divorce immediately and even went as far as to sue Fantasia herself. To make matters worse, Fantasia had gotten pregnant not only once, but twice during the relationship. And like you'd expect, once the media became involved, all hell broke loose and Fantasia would be labeled a homewrecker for years to come. It had gotten to a point where the only way Fantasia thought she could end all the chaos was to end her own life. Let's take a look back at the affair that ended it all. Fantasia Barrino got her big break when she auditioned for Fox singing competition show American Idol back in 2003. And despite going through turbulent times during her run, she persevered and ended up winning the overall competition. But the turbulence didn't stop once the show was over. During peak Fantasia supremacy in the early 2000s, she released a multitude of hits throughout the years and was able to cultivate herself as one of the greatest vocalists of our time. But that all came crashing down in the summer of 2009 when she'd gotten herself involved in an entanglement with a married man. Anton Cook was just your average businessman working as a retail sales manager at a local T-Mobile store located in North Carolina when he had came across Miss Barrino and her mullet. One
Now, child, let me just pause for a second. Okay. See, he wasn't on her level. That's number one. I just really looking back at this, I have forgotten certain details. Now, Fantasia had just, signed and was making records and things like that. And this guy was at the T-Mobile, okay, seen Fantasia and was like, oh, okay, Now, I had just paid attention to that when I saw this again. I said, I didn't realize, he had started out working there and stuff like that. Like, sir, Hey, Joy, welcome. Thank you for joining.
thing led to another, and shortly after, Fantasia found herself falling head over heels for the university graduate.
Well,
The
right,
fact that Antoine wasn't involved in the music industry whatsoever is what really sealed the deal for Fantasia. A normal man is something she had yearned for quite some time, and a normal man is exactly what she got.
Well, see, let me say this 1 second on that too. The opposite side of that. Yeah, it does show that she's down to earth, and getting a regular man. However, when you become a celebrity and of that status, it's not that you look down on people, but he had nothing to lose. Okay, he had everything to gain getting with her. But then, like with her now, and I guess at that time she probably didn't see herself like that quite then, which probably is one reason they had to kind of with the publicity, the publicists, and all of that. How do we navigate through this? Because we don't want this to mess up your career. Okay, so this guy didn't really have anything. I mean, he had a family, of course, but if you think of on like the level that she was on, what did he really have to lose? That's what I was saying. So I would be careful with people's motives like that as well. You know what I'm saying? Hey, sexy mama Libra and Kimberly, welcome.
As you probably know by now, that clearly wasn't the best decision for someone of Fantasia's caliber. But more on that later. The newly established couple would be seen taking trips to the beach and other outings, and like any other celebrity minding their business, the paparazzi were sure to be somewhere lurking in the bushes, waiting on their perfect opportunity to snap Fantasia and Antoine doing absolutely anything. Once the pics hit the internet, a domino effect had ensued, and the media had gotten word of Fantasia's relationship. Her world would come crashing down once troubling revelations surrounding her new boo had been brought to her attention. via the media and his own wife. Antoine was really out here pulling a Kevin Hunter on us. Maybe not to that extreme, living his best life. Whole time, his wife, Paula Cook, was at home cooking, cleaning, and taking care of.
Not a Kevin Hunter. That's Wendy's husband. Okay. Hey, Angel, welcome. Thank you for joining. Yes, I remember it too. It was terrible. Okay. Hey, Lampo Reacts is in the building. Welcome. Yes, y'all. So, living this double life. Okay. He's out telling her one thing. He was telling her one thing, but then has a whole family. That's what I'm saying. Like, he knew her status. And see, I do feel at one point she did listen to him because paparazzi is all out there. Child, if you know a man was married, I wouldn't be cheesing all up on that picture. I'll be hiding my face. This not me. This not me, covering up and all of that. So at one point, she may not have known he was married. I don't know the full details of that because if a man is married, there are certain times he gonna go home. He can't stay gone for too long. Baby, he got children too. He not gonna be, doing too many overnight stays. So were there any clues as to this man could possibly be married? Okay. Certain times he taking phone calls. The phone is off. He with us. He not answering the phone. Different clues will let you know if he's married or, has someone else. So I don't know. We never got like a lot of the insider details from her. Now, unless you want to come out and tell us one day, she's moved on with her life, of course. But hey, I don't know if he gave away any clues.
Their 2 children. Shortly after Paula had discovered that her husband was outside exchanging butterfly kisses to the Fantasia, she filed for divorce and was willing to take it all. Paula would soon involve Fantasia in a legal battle seeking alimony from her husband, child support, and a total of $100,000 under the Alienation of Affection law, which, if you don't know, is a law in North Carolina that allows for a married woman or man to sue the third party responsible, in this case Fantasia, for interfering in or breaking up a marriage. In the lawsuit, Paula claimed that Fantasia and Antoine had been to bars, restaurants, nightclubs, and all up and through these North Carolina streets. The two even had matching tattoos, with Fantasia tattooing Antoine's last name on her collarbone.
And y'all, let me get through this.
IXL is helping 15 million students succeed
I
in
had
math and
forgotten
language
about
arts.
the tattoo.
The
Okay,
biggest reveal.
so this was my thing back then. Creature, you don't know. Oh, girl, I was about to say, look, I'm learning Brenay as well. Girl, it's quick to catch up on it though. But y'all, I had, some of this when I watched this video, I was like, wait a second, I had forgotten about this. Baby, they had gotten tattoos, and I bet you that wife, she probably had an investigator following them. She was getting her proof, because how did she know where all they were going? Okay, Joy said, "Ooh, child, Fantasia went through it." Yes, this is my girl too. So I'm not showing this to embarrass her or anything like that. I am proving a point about some stuff with this alienation of affection type of scenario that Brenay has caught herself in. Okay, she may be too young. I'm trying to give us some stuff. Okay, girl, go back and look at Fantasia's story. This is a whole mess you done got yourself into. Okay. But I believe that she knew. You believe she knew? Yes. Okay, I read that one. Lampo says, I don't know now, open book. I remember one time I was messing with a man that was married unknowingly, and that joker would spend the night with me. What? When I found out he was married, I left him alone. Wait a minute. Well, what was he telling the wife? Because I would have a whole problem you not coming home. Okay. Oh, my God. Hey, Tanya. Fantasia was clueless as to what could or would happen to her. Yes, Joy, because this was new to her, being a celebrity in the limelight. She has people following her at this point because she's now this new celebrity, okay? She has money. Now, when all of this came out, she tried to settle with the wife to kind of be like, okay, let's go ahead and do this. Because look, he told me that y'all weren't married. I'm willing to give you $100,000. to just settle this and move on. But y'all, they had got matching tattoos. So to me, that would look like y'all already had problems too. See, this is the problem I have with that law, because how you gonna blame the side chick when y'all must have had some type of issues and he thought he was on his way out the door. You have a whole tattoo of another woman's name on you and you still married. You thought your wife was going to be okay with that. Like, that just gives me red flag that this marriage was already headed in the wrong direction. I just don't see a man that's out here cheating gonna go ahead and just tattoo the woman's name on him unless he thought this marriage is over and we're about to get a divorce. I mean, that's still crazy because it's not over yet. Separated does not mean divorce. Okay. Brenay had Tim way before he married her friend. Child, look, they weren't married. Tim got around to the homegirls and sis allegedly. That's what I heard too, girl. Allegedly. Oh my God, the sister too. I said, now he's a dirty dog. Lord have mercy. Fantasia, I love her. She went through a lot. Right, D? She did go through a whole lot. Okay, those men don't care. She had gone broke. Yep, she did. But look at God, she's back. And she has a powerful testimony. Did Fantasia have? Yes, Joy, too. It's going to get to that part. Hey, Lolo. Hey, sis. She said, I am in here. Okay. Yep, she had two, but she aborted one of the babies. And they're about to talk about that, unfortunately.
Reveal of all was that of the allegations of a secret sex tape Fantasia and Antoine had made. And before y'all ask, yes, we've looked, and no, we haven't found anything. Obviously, Fantasia came out on the defense, claiming that she was not the one responsible for breaking up anyone's marriage. In fact, she didn't even know that the guy whose last name she has tatted on her neck and had been seeing for less than a year was even married. Apparently, Antoine was talking that good nonsense in Fantasia's ear, claiming to have been separated from his wife. But Paula claimed that the two had only begun living in separate houses in June of 2010. For those of you who are too lazy to do the math, this would mean that Antoine was still living at home with his wife during the entire time he spent with Fantasia. As the court hearings were unfolding and the media began stirring the pot harder than a Tupac diss track, despite Antoine telling the public to back off Fantasia and place the blame all on him, the accusations, media, and public scrutiny all began to take a huge toll on Fantasia's mental state. On top of the shocking deceleration of her having an abortion during the relationship, it had been revealed that Fantasia was laid up in a hospital fighting for her life after taking a concoction of aspirin and sleeping pills. The noise surrounding the allegations were all too much for her to bear, and unfortunately, Fantasia saw no way out. She had attempted to take her own life. Fortunately, our good sis didn't take enough to overdose completely, and when she had awakened, headlines had gone from deeming her a certified homewrecker to a survivor. Along the way, Paula would soon drop the lawsuit as well as the divorce filings, and all three had gone under the radar for quite some time.
So after all of that, y'all, she decided to drop the lawsuit. Okay. KB Mommy said, I tell you, yes, when they were in high school. However, Akira was not her friend. Big Jugs manipulated that whole situation just to get back closer to him by marrying his cousin. Oh, wow. Really? Okay, so they had all attended the same high school. Wow. I did not know that. Okay. I did not know that. Wow. So, yeah, after all of that, y'all, the wife ended up dropping the lawsuit. Okay. Now, she could have had, $100,000 more had she originally just go ahead, gone and settle that because Fantasia was willing to pay her $100,000. But, I don't know if she was using that lawsuit to get back at him. Okay. and then they ended up staying together. Like, look, I'm gonna sue this house, okay? if hey, what we doing? Okay, you done got her dog name tattooed and all of that. We have a whole family. So which one is it? Okay, so then eventually she dropped the lawsuit.
That is till 2011, when the plot thickened and it'd be revealed that Fantasia had given birth to her son, Dallas Xavier. Eyebrows were
Oh, this is
raised,
in the
and a
past, Beth.
public game of Guess the Baby's Father would ensue because Miss Barrino refused to tell her fans, well, anything. The real gag was that she didn't
Do you love to travel? How about making money? I have an opportunity for you that you're gonna love.
have to disclose anything because fans had put two and two together and discovered that Antoine was in fact the father of Fantasia's newborn born. Eventually, she let it be known that her ex and the man responsible for basically shifting the positive trajectory of her own career was indeed the father of her child. After the big announcement, things began Fantasia and Antoine began to shift, and we wouldn't see them out together like we once had before. After a year and some change, rumors began to spread about Antoine and Fantasia's split shortly after Dallas Xavier's birth.
Possibly Joy.
But this next part is what really had fans lining up with their pitchforks under Antoine Cook's social media posts, ready to thoroughly cook 'em. Not only was it confirmed that the two had split, but it was also confirmed that Antoine had gotten back together with his wife, Paula. Supposedly, Antoine had a change of heart about his wife and their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Why a change of heart, you ask? Well, supposedly, Antoine's father had passed away the week of Father's Day, and he, Antoine, and Paula were all super close. This motivating him to work things out with his wife. The time
Now, grief can bring you closer together, but I'm also wondering what Joyce said. Do y'all think that Fantasia still kind of gave her some money and paid her off, and they didn't have to take it to court? And then both of them were able to enjoy, because that was something I had heard back in the day, that the wife and Antoine were able to then enjoy the money. And maybe since it was settled, when things are settled, it's just not out here in the public, because she was willing to give her 100,000 at first. So hey, it just went away. The court case, and you got proof, and she had some money, and you just dropped it. Okay, Angel said yes. Becca said yep. Okay. Let's see. Latte said not only did he cheat, he got a tattoo and a baby. Yes. And unfortunately, y'all, she had an abortion with one of the children. That they would have had two together. Of course she did. Okay. I was like, okay.
line of events wasn't settling well with Fantasia fans at all, because they were definitely keeping their feet on Antoine's neck. Despite what we may think, Antoine insisted he simply just had a change of heart and wanted to work things out with his wife. It all just so happened to have coincided not too long after the birth of his son he shares with Fantasia. This sole relationship single-handedly almost destroyed Fantasia's entire career. But it also brought forth.
But y'all, let me say this right quick too. Okay, think about this. If they were about to get a divorce, okay, she was going to put his behind on child support and all of that, I bet. Now, to him, he was working at T-Mobile. Okay, that would have definitely been a come up if they had got X amount of dollars. Because she had some money, she willing to give 100,000. She might have went up some on that price. Okay. And now he doesn't have to pay. He didn't have to pay child support, and he's still with his family. Okay. And they talking about they reconciled and stuff like that because his daddy died. And okay, grief can make you, have some old feelings, but you done got a whole tattoo, two babies that y'all would have had, and all of that. That's a lot. Okay. It shows you really were, away from this woman in your heart, to me. Okay. That you didn't think it was any chance that y'all were going to get back together.
Of an important discussion that we see happen time and time again. Whether Fantasia was seeing a married man knowingly or unknowingly, it doesn't take away the fact that she was scrutinized in front of the world for something men more times than not get away with unscathed and not nearly condemned for. When situations like this happen, women are often dragged to the moon and back, while the man who did all the lying, cheating, and sleazing not only seemed to get less of a pushback, but even seemed to be forgiven entirely. Whether you agree with the fact that what Fantasia did should or should not be forgiven, I think we all can admit that there is a major double standard in society. As of today, Antoine and Paula are still together, raising their children, and Fantasia has moved on to her now husband, Kendall Taylor, who she married after only 3 weeks. Now, that's a video you surely wouldn't want to miss. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and let
Okay, you better clock it. I just don't think it would be out here being told. Okay, I just really feel like it would not be out here being told that that's what she did. Because you know what? Sometimes when people do the settlements, some people still take it as in you're wrong or you were guilty. That's why you settled and stuff like that. And she had an image, okay, to still protect as much as possible. You see what I'm saying? Like, that was a lot of pressure. Fantasia, and then she went broke at one point. So it was a lot she was dealing with. She was trying to take herself out of here. It was a lot of loss. That's why she made that song. Okay. Sometimes you gotta lose. Okay. It takes some losing to actually win again. She's been through a whole lot. And I love the fact that God brought her through that season in her life. Now she's married, have children with her new husband and so forth. And they're doing wonderful together and doing all kind of things. I can't wait till the day I can meet her in person. I've never been to a concert. I'm looking forward to that one day because I love Fantasia. I really do. And so I wanted to show that part because it does highlight some of the things that can take place with this alienation of affection type of scenario. Okay. Now you don't hear of too many people going to court because of this. Now I did hear, this is allegedly, that with Akira, that she wasn't going to do that lawsuit. That's why I'm like, you don't even hear about this too much until allegedly Tim's mother told her to do it against Brenay. Okay, see, we don't know how people are trying to get people's coins. Okay, if you see people she has over, how many? Let me see. She has on TikTok 2.9 million followers just on TikTok. Okay, you know that she's bringing in a bag. All right, so some of this stuff sometimes, y'all, is strategic. Okay, it's sometimes strategic, in my opinion. And so with this guy, that's why I was saying, even with this guy with Fantasia, we don't know if that was on the rocks and he like, well, hey, I don't even know where the alienation of affection stuff comes from. I don't even like that law, because who proves that your marriage, y'all weren't trying to work it out anyways, and then somebody comes along, oh, now you can sue them and y'all already weren't trying to be together. Like, I just don't like that law. It's weird. And so that was a whole thing back then. So I'm just like, well, dang, was she born back then? Because child, hear that word comes again. You don't hear too many people doing that. Okay. So yeah. Now, what I wanted to do is, for those of you who are not familiar with this couple, there is a short video that I want to show to kind of show you how they ended up together. Okay, Brenay and Tim. She probably wanted her sanity back. Yeah. And I know that it was hard. And if they share a child, I'm curious to know, do they still have some contact? Okay, because they share a son, allegedly. They never just put that on out there, but you put two and two together, and I'm wondering, do they still have some type of co-parenting relationship? Because we don't really hear too much about that part. Yes, I love her and him together. Right, right. I can imagine. I've seen videos of her concerts. I have a relative that's very close with her. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. I just felt like she gave that lady something. I mean, if you had a clear case that you could have gotten paid and you just drop it, and there's a son. Oh, there's a movie. I cannot remember the name. Yes, she had a movie about her too. I go and see her every chance I get. She gives so much during her shows. Yes. She went to court without a lawyer too. She thought it was a game. Okay. She thought it was a game. So let me give y'all this back story to we're not gonna watch this whole thing because it's 20 minutes.
And another good, that's not a good thing, but another thing, your girl is moving.
What if I told you this woman dated a guy in high school? They broke up, and years later, she married his cousin. Not a random man, his cousin, which positioned her directly inside his family. For 2 years, she embedded herself in their lives, became auntie to his children, showed up at every family gathering, every holiday, every moment where she could stay close to her high school ex. Then she moved into his house while he was still married, started an affair with him, destroyed his marriage, and broadcast the entire thing to her 3 million TikTok followers. And here's the part that makes you wonder if this was planned all along. Back in high school, her ex didn't just date her. He also dated her twin sister, which means she knew she wasn't the only one, knew there was history and competition between them, and still chose to marry into his.
Okay. Can we already see the dysfunction? Okay. I said, wait a second. No, wait. This is already too much for me. Okay. She said, oh, hell no. Okay. And she has the twin. Lord.
His family. So is it complete coincidence that she is now married to an ex she has always had a crush on? Or did Brenay Kennard spend years positioning herself for this exact moment?
We tried everything, but Charlie still struggled with math. Then another mom.
A jury.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
In North Carolina just decided she deliberately destroyed that marriage, and it cost her $1.75 million. This is Akira Montague versus Brenay Kennard, the wife versus the mistress. And the evidence presented in court is going to make you question whether any of this was coincidence at all.
Okay,
Here's the timeline, and pay attention because this is where it gets suspicious. Back in high school at Word of God Christian Academy, Brenay and Tim dated. They were together for a while, they broke up, but here's the twist. Tim didn't just date Brenay, he also dated her twin sister Karen, so both sisters have romantic history with this same man. Years pass. May 2021, Brenay gets married, and the man she marries isn't some random guy. It's Devin Mayo, Tim's cousin, which means she married directly into Tim's family structure. For the next 2 years, Brenay positions herself at every family gathering, every holiday, every birthday party. Their families become
It's giving Holly vibes.
inseparable. Brenay becomes auntie to Tim's kids. Tim and his wife Akira welcome her as family. Double dates, basketball games, celebrations, always close, always present, always there. Then, December 2023, Brenay tells her husband Devin that their marriage is over. She needs to leave.
For all who don't know, me and Devin are divorced. And another good, that's not a good thing, but another thing, your girl is moving.
And where does she go? Not to her parents, not to a hotel, but directly into the home of Devin's cousin Tim and his wife Akira, the same Tim she dated in high school, the same family she'd been embedding herself in for 2 years. And that's when the affair started. For the next 2 years, their families became inseparable. Akira's kids calling Brenay auntie, everyone playing the role of one big, happy family.
I mean, y'all, am I the only one thinking that this is like it's given like what happened? So wait a minute. The kids calling her auntie is almost giving that single black female type of vibe again. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. So you have strategically positioned yourself into this woman's house, okay, with this man. The kids calling you auntie, and then y'all, I saw when this had all come out, some people in the comments were saying that she was interacting with him inappropriately, all up in front of the camera, all of the time. Okay, yes, it's giving fatal attractions. Joy, girl, I mean, talk about breast reduction. Child, that hurts your back. Poor thing. Okay, it's giving fatal attraction. What in the world? Tim wanted his cake and ice cream too. Yes, definitely. Okay. I know a lady that's doing that something with her ex-family. She be at everything that family have. Exactly. It's weird to me. Not only are you positioning yourself at events, but then you put yourself all up in this lady's house. It's so convenient now if that's how you want to get down. Okay, you got to be careful with some of these friends, y'all. Friends that want to come be all up under your man all the time, showing a butt all up in front of them, stuff like that, child. Okay, like some of these friends are not friends. They trying to get at your man. And clearly, she is a clear example of that happening. She all up in the lady house. Shout out to Shelly Shell for the super chat and for being a sponsor for tonight's live. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate it. Okay, she didn't move in with the guy. And then it's giving Carlos vibes. Okay, why is it the guy that we fighting over or the man in the middle, he not a Morris Chestnut, he not a, like, it's just frustrating. It's no shade, but I'm just saying, like, and I think even that content creator, I played her video that time. She said, why they always dusties? Okay, that's Shelly word too. Shelly uses that word too. Why are they always dusties? Okay, it's not somebody with some money, a career, nice cars. Child, no, I mean, why isn't it's these type of men? Okay, out here with real jobs. I just cannot believe this. I'm just in shock. More hips than the women carrying man bags that look like purses. I just cannot.
During this time, Brenay was building a TikTok empire.
Oh my God.
2.9 million followers watching her lifestyle content, mukbang videos, get ready with me posts. And Tim started appearing in her videos because they're family now, cousins through marriage. Nothing unusual about that.
Oh, I thought the music was going to play.
No, you gotta just do it. Just
That's crazy. 66.
I picked nursing because when I was young, I often spent most of my time in the hospital.
Except people in the comments started noticing things. The way Brenay would twirl her hair when Tim was around, the short skirts she'd wear during family videos, a flirtatious energy that seemed a little too comfortable for someone married to his cousin. But you brush it off because it's family, right? They've known each other for years, nothing to worry about. Akira testified that she objected. She initially didn't want Brenay in her house, but Tim overruled her. He said Brenay could stay, and they started an affair in the same home where Akira was raising their 2 children, ages 4 and 6. Devin would later testify about what he discovered during this time. He said that in December 2023, he found out his wife and his cousin were rekindling their high school relationship. And according to Devin's testimony, he heard them being intimate in his own home at least 4 times. So Brenay was having an affair in 2 homes, Tim and Akira's house and Devin's house, where her own husband could hear them. 2 families being destroyed simultaneously.
Oh my.
Sometime in January 2000.
Y'all, why didn't y'all tell me this was all happening? This is a little too much for me. Wait a minute. Shout out to KB Mommy for the super chat and for being a sponsor for tonight's live. She said Big Jugs even went and purchased Akira's dream car and even named it Dream. Like, what the hell? It's justice for Akira. So she's having an affair in two different households. And someone just said it, I think Honey 5K said, it's giving low self-esteem vibes. Okay. Y'all, this is just real talk. Okay. Some women and men, now men I think do it for different reasons. Okay. Some trying to prove that they not gay or on the DL. Okay, nothing wrong. Hey, that's your thing. That's your thing. Now, some women do operate in some insecurities and feel like if I'm out here having sex with different men, it's gonna make me feel good about myself. Okay, that I got it going on, I can pull it. Okay. Well, just because you're laying down with the man though, like that does not mean that he values you, or thinks you're beautiful or anything like that. Hey, we all know what can happen. Okay, they'll sleep with some of anybody if you throwing it at them. Okay, so it does give, because why are you going after someone else's man like that all the time? Okay, and why are you not secure in your own marriage? Terry said, open book, also stating, looking at Tim, does he remind y'all of the guy from the TV show Girlfriends in an episode where Joan met a guy with hips? Oh my God. Wait a minute. Terry. Okay, I do remember that episode too. Oh my goodness, I wouldn't have thought about that. Devin is about to take Tim to court and sue him for the same thing Akira sued Brenay for. She's trash. So now, y'all, we have another alienation of affection case coming up between the Devin guy suing Tim. Okay, the light-skinned one. So they just taking turns suing each other. At this point, it's going to be a zero balance on both sides. Okay, what is happening? This is crazy. That's a Jezebel for you. They do nasty stuff like this. That's some crazy stuff. Yeah, I knew what you were saying, Terry. So many people really do need to be in therapy. Oh my gosh. Y'all didn't tell me that this was this crazy. Okay. Wow.
2024 was when Akira discovered the truth about her husband and Brenay. She found sex tapes on devices in her own home, explicit videos of Brenay and Tim together, discussing what they'd done. With this evidence, they couldn't deny it, and she didn't want to hear any explanations. Once exposed, they didn't even pretend to be sorry. Tim left Akira, Brenay left Devin. They moved in together immediately, while both divorces were still processing. Akira was left trying to explain to her 4-year-old and 6-year-old why daddy wasn't coming home anymore, why the woman they called Auntie had taken him away. And this is where Brenay made the $1.75 million mistake. Instead of keeping the relationship private while the divorce is finalized, Brenay turned the entire affair into content for her 2.9 million TikTok followers. While both of them were still legally married to other people, Brenay posted, "Can't wait to be Mrs. Montague." The audacity, announcing to 3 million people that you're planning to marry a man who's currently married to someone else.
Oh my gosh. It's justice for Akira. Now, y'all, Shelly, you had me tickled on that part. Girl, wait a minute. Hold up. She on live and flaunting this man, okay? He has nothing to lose. It goes back to that, y'all. He is trying to come up off of her. Okay, he probably at home on video games eating cereal in his boxers every day. She trying to do her content and she thinking she done won a prize. Okay, it's a whole family. Now the wife, okay, Akira, she's having to explain to her kids. This is confusing for kids that daddy is gone because auntie, y'all call her what, Big Jugs, is gone with daddy. Okay, so she's no longer your auntie because now she's sleeping with daddy and they married. So how do you explain that to the kids? She thinks it's a joke. Yes. I'm not going to share my man. I'll get mad and go to his house and get him. That's why I don't do married men. Okay. Girl, what in the world? It's justice for Akira.
Making his wife's humiliation public entertainment. She posted videos dancing in Tim and Akira's home where the children lived, bought pregnancy tests on camera while saying she was getting down and dirty in the sheets, made posts specifically about Akira, saying, "I make her very uncomfortable." And when the backlash started, posted that Tim was worth it. Brenay didn't just have an affair, she monetized it. Brand deals and sponsorships turning family destruction into revenue, while Akira started receiving death threats from strangers online. Akira couldn't take her kids to the grocery store without being recognized and harassed, couldn't exist in public because Brenay had weaponized her massive platform to turn private pain into viral content.
Oh my God. And y'all think about that. Okay. Brenay would have a following. You have almost 3 million followers, right? Okay. Now think about this. She could twist the story however she wanted to. And like they just said, you weaponize your channel, your followers, they start threatening the other party and going after Akira. Okay, because they're thinking that she doing stuff to her and because he wants to be with me. She could go with whatever narrative. And when you have that many, and baby, it's some people that don't play about the influencers that they follow. Okay. When you're up in that range. So that's dangerous. She scared to go out with her kids. You don't know somebody gonna curse you out or what? Okay, right. The way you get them is the way you lose them. Right. Trifling. I'm sorry, but Brenay, you silly. She said, Lord have mercy. Okay. Even after the judgment, Akira went back to work and found that her co-workers had packed up her stuff thinking that she was quitting. Wow. She's going to wind up paying the wife, no doubt about it. Wow, that's dangerous.
The situation got so toxic that Akira's grandmother confronted Brenay and things became physical. Brenay was eventually charged with criminal cyberstalking for harassment, and before the lawsuit was even filed, both women had law enforcement involved from multiple angles. May 2024, Akira made her move. North Carolina is one of only 6 states that allows you to sue a third party for deliberately destroying your marriage. It's called alienation of affection. The law's been on the books since 1745. Most states abolished it decades ago, but North Carolina kept it.
To watch the sun rise over the water
Now,
and
y'all,
then hits Angkor Wat,
it's
and
been
it's
in
just
law
spectacular.
since
North Carolina.
1745. Okay. That law needs to be abolished. Okay. Because baby, North Carolina, what y'all doing? Okay. What are y'all doing? Same place it happened with Fantasia. It happened with Akira. Okay, and Brenay, this whole situation. Brenay will be paying Akira for the rest of her life, and the longer it takes, the more interest builds up.
I should say, is one of the only states that lets people do this sort of thing, to file lawsuits over this, where a jury will actually weigh in on your affair. Think about that. It's called alienation of affection. And to win one of these cases, you have to prove 3 things. 1, that a loving, affectionate marriage existed. 2, that someone came in and knowingly wrecked it. And 3, that you suffered as a result. Again, did you know this was a thing? We wanted to know why it was a thing and where did it all come from? And why is North Carolina one of the only places that still allows it? How did we get here?
We could take this all the way back to the Teutonic tribes in 105 BC, when a husband could kill a man for sleeping with his wife. But let's skip ahead, shall we, to 1745, and one of the first alienation of affection cases. Winsmore versus Greenbank in English Court of Common Pleas, if you couldn't tell. The husband claimed a man maliciously and wickedly persuaded, procured, and enticed his wife. The husband won. At the time, a wife was considered property, and losing that property entitled a husband to compensation. It wasn't until 1866 that one of these cases popped up in the United States. The wife cheated, the husband sued, and he won. But over the next 50 years, courts and lawmakers ruled wives were not property, and they had equal rights to their husbands. And if their husbands cheated, they could sue too. Suddenly, in the 1930s, lawmakers got worried about blackmail and extortion, saying alienation of affection didn't work anymore. In 1935, Indiana became the first state to ban it. Since then, 42 states have banned suing a spouse over infidelity. Even England, the place where it all started, banned it in 1970. But not in North Carolina. We're one of a handful of states that have kept it going to this day, and we've seen lots of high-profile cases as a result. In 1999, a wife sued her husband for sleeping with his.
Welcome, Antonio. Now, wait a minute. A lot of this were for men. Okay, men battling it out for their wives. Child, a lot of these cases we're hearing about the women. We don't hear the men suing. They're like, look, go ahead. Baby, the women are the ones suing the other woman. Okay, but it was written by men against other men. I never knew that. See, that was a little history lesson on tonight. Cancer 66 has a different opinion. She says they need to have this law in every state. That would make side chicks think twice before messing with a married man. Akira made a post looking for a braider. Big Jugs did a video saying she was thinking about getting some braids, only to find out that Akira was looking for a braider for her mom. You know what? See, that kind of stuff is messy. And that can really, really bother someone because that is cyber stalking. Okay, I told y'all this was giving Holly vibes. I told y'all, okay? She watching that girl. See, and it looks like Akira, though. It looks like with her personality, she's not the pop-off type of, going off type of girl. With the personality I see, And so she probably feels like she's one-upped her by getting with him. Like she got a whole prize. Girl, he is not a prize. Okay, stop. He is not a prize. So quit acting like you just won a prize because he's not. Let's go there, okay? But she keeps messing with her indirectly. And that's why I'm glad, though, that Akira is standing on business, okay, with her because she's continuing to play these games. Hey, Nicole, welcome. Thank you for joining. It's really common sense. Why would you deal with somebody that's already married? Why would you put yourself in a situation like that? Exactly. I just broke out in a cold sweat. This got me heated. Okay, Joy. Right. Hey, David, welcome. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. Right. Okay. Child, I'm just like, woo.
Secretary. The wife won, getting $500,000. And after the trial, the husband married the secretary. The story was turned into a Lifetime movie. It was called The Price of a Broken Heart. In 2011, a case out of Wake County ended with the defendant paying $30 million in damages. And in 2017, a case nearly spelled the end of alienation of affection, but the state Supreme Court ruled only the legislature could end that practice for good. And the legislature has tried and failed. Bills to ban alienation of affection in North Carolina have been coming up for decades. None have been successful. In fact, there's one in committee now. Who knows if it will get a vote? In the meantime, you can still sue and win if your spouse cheats.
Akira filed a $3.5 million lawsuit against Brenay for alienation of affection and criminal conversation, laying out everything: malicious seduction, emotional anguish, the loss of a two-parent household, health damage requiring therapy, and the deliberate use of social media as a weapon. Brenay tried to get the case dismissed, claiming the evidence was unlawfully obtained. The judge denied it. Everything was admissible. Then Brenay's attorney withdrew, and Brenay decided to represent herself. November 2025, the trial began. 8 days of testimony. Brenay sitting at the defense table alone with no attorney,
I think the attorney knew that they were not going to win.
facing Akira's trained legal team in a case where she could lose millions. The evidence was overwhelming. Akira testified that Tim wrote her love letters every single day. They had matching tattoos. He planned a surprise birthday party for her just weeks before she discovered the affair. Text messages during the affair period showed him telling her he loved her while simultaneously sleeping with Brenay. Her therapist testified about documented psychological damage, Akira's children waiting for therapy appointments because of behavioral changes, medical records proving this wasn't just hurt feelings, but measurable trauma. Then Tim took the stand. Brenay questioned her own boyfriend since she had no attorney.
Oh my God.
And Tim claimed he was never in love with Akira, said they were roommates, testified he bought a cheap engagement ring and never got down on one knee, claimed they only married to stay at his parents' house. Then he said something absurd. He told the jury, "I can't even recall a time when we held hands." This man wrote love letters every single day. They have matching tattoos permanently on their bodies. He planned surprise parties for her, and he sat in court claiming he couldn't recall holding her hand.
So they too had matching tattoos like Fantasia and her former boo. Okay. Hey, Tay-Bay, welcome. Yes, we're definitely going to talk about that Cancer 66. She was being real petty with that.
Akira's attorney destroyed him on cross-examination. Text messages from February 2024 appeared on screen after Tim claimed the marriage had ended, after he'd moved in with Brenay. Messages saying he loved Akira, messages with private photos, proving he was with both women simultaneously. When Brenay testified, she claimed Tim wasn't sleeping with his wife between January and March 2024. The attorney showed texts and photos proving he was lying to both of them. Brenay's entire defense exposed as a lie. Brenay brought up Akira's miscarriage during cross-examination.
Now, did y'all
Akira
hear
fired
that? Did y'all hear that? I want y'all to see the parallels between the two of these, okay? He was lying to both of them, okay? In those type of scenarios, the man in the middle, okay? We don't know what all Antoine was telling Fantasia, what he was telling his wife, okay? You just know the side you're getting. So now, here it is again. He's the man in the middle telling Akira one thing and Brenay one thing. Now, Brenay, girl, you can't deny that you didn't know that man was married. Okay, now Fantasia says she didn't know. All right. But you knew. Okay. Why is she bringing up the female's miscarriage? Girl, she's trying to crush this lady, right? That's dirty work. Like, seriously.
Back about Brenay not having children. The judge had to intervene to stop the hostility. Later, Akira said something that captured everything. "I take accountability for allowing an intruder into my home." An intruder, not a friend, not family, someone who came in with intention and destroyed everything from the inside. Then something insane happened. During the trial, Tim Montague was arrested outside the courthouse for bringing a concealed 9mm handgun into the building, a felony weapons charge he's still facing today. The man at the center of this destruction showed up to court with a loaded gun. Brenay's defense was simple.
Now, why do y'all think he took a loaded gun up to the court? Why did he take a loaded gun? It's that kind of mess, right? Why would you take a loaded gun to this trial? Now it makes me really question what his motive was in doing that, okay?
She claimed the marriage was already dead, that Akira gave her consent, that nothing she did destroyed anything because there was nothing left to destroy.
She gave her consent. She said it was okay because she knew her marriage was over with and it was done.
But the evidence said otherwise. Texts showing love and intimacy during the affair, videos Brenay posted proving she knew Tim was married and deliberately broadcast it for profit. Testimony from family and medical professionals, financial records showing a life built together, social media posts from Brenay's own accounts that destroyed her consent defense. At one point, Brenay was asked if she dances that way for married men. She said no. They played the video showing her dancing exactly that way in front of Tim. The jury deliberated for less than 2 hours. That's fast. That's a jury saying,
Wow.
we don't even need to discuss this. $1.75 million. Third highest alienation of affection verdict in North Carolina's 130-year history.
Wow.
When the verdict was announced, absolute chaos. Over 50 of Akira's supporters who'd flown in.
Look, y'all. Now, wait a minute. It's the third highest amount in 130 years. Oh, my goodness. So Akira had her people there. They had people, all kind of content creators going to the court every day, having cameras all in her face, Brenay's face, following this on their TikTok and social media. Hey, Brittany. So this is a big thing. At the time, I wasn't really following this. Okay. I didn't know too much about her, and so forth. But after hearing about this, it made me think back to Fantasia's case. And I said, wait a second. And it's in North Carolina too? That is so weird. There's so much disgusting things. Yes, I'm seeing that. Oh my gosh.
From across the country started screaming and celebrating. Akira collapsed into her attorney's arms. The noise so loud, courthouse security rushed in, thinking a fight had broken out.
Marketing is easy. This one even said we should get some fancy.
That's the sound of a $1.75 million cheer, coming just moments after court was adjourned. Akira Montague embraced her attorney, Robinetta Jones, as dozens of supporters yelled from the sidelines.
She has received justice from losing her husband and the father of her children. So when you are thinking about alienation of affection, you have to think about the humiliation that the spouse went through. Ms. Kennard flaunted her relationship with a married man. And of course, it went viral. And my client was humiliated as a result of that. When you finally are able to tell your truth, she felt a sense of relief. We were able to prove that they had a loving relationship. They were able to take trips together, spend time together, and still make sure they held themselves out to be husband and wife. Also, text messages helped a lot as well.
Outside, Brenay's mother was yelling at reporters. She ain't getting a dime.
She tells NBC News in a statement, the verdict wasn't fair at all. I fought the lies for 8 days and the jury sought sympathy, not facts, adding it's not over until God says it's over. Tim Montague adding about the TikToker, my wife had no fair shot, especially when defending herself against an entire team of attorneys. As for that $1.75 million payday,
I don't know, but she'll probably never see it.
Wow.
But here's what they don't understand about how judgments work. Interest started accumulating immediately at 8%. That's $400 per day, $146,000 annually.
Did y'all hear that? That's $400 a day in interest. Okay, this is a starting point. $1.75 million. That's a starting point. Okay? $400 a day that you don't pay that. That is a lot of money to be playing games.
Just in interest, wage garnishment, tax seizures, property liens. North Carolina judgments last over 20 years. Bankruptcy doesn't automatically eliminate intentional tort debts. This could follow Brenay for decades. As of November 27, 2025, Brenay hasn't filed an appeal or acknowledged the judgment as real. Brands have gone silent. Her follower count dropped 10%. She's still posting as Mrs. Montague, even though NBC News found no legal documentation of any marriage. Tim has his own problems. Devin filed a separate alienation of affection lawsuit against him under the exact same law. Akira told reporters what the last 2 years cost her.
I was
Now wait, y'all. Now, those of you who are just coming in, it's going to be another case. Okay. Now, Brenay's husband Devin is going to file alienation of affection against him. Okay, where he gonna get the money from? Because Brenay has her own debt to pay. And sir, what kind of job do you have? What kind of money are you making? He reminds me of those guys that come around during income tax season, be hanging all up on the woman and stuff like that, and then you don't see them anymore. He's going to end up leaving her. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's a lot of money. And girl, you're not Tasha K to probably go out here because Tasha K trying to get out of her stuff also. Okay, thinking you about to hide your money overseas and stuff like that. Allegedly, I don't know what she did. But Tasha, give that girl her money. Cardi wants her money too. It's justice for Cardi. Okay, it's justice for Akira. You out here spending this girl's coins. Okay, that's a lot of money. $400 a day. A lot. It's TikTok. TikTok adding up. And she's on camera, y'all. See, to me, you're talking to the news reporters. That is being saved so that the courts can now see you think they're a joke. You think that whole process was a joke. By you getting on there saying, flat out admitting she's not going to get anything, that's not going to help your situation. The world saw that. I even have a clip if they want to get it off my channel. Okay? They've already seen that. So what are you going to do? So now when you don't pay it, then they play that clip. They're not going to have mercy on you because you're playing a game. She said Brenay's heartless and smug attitude will be her downfall. Exactly. She probably losing weight now. Ain't no way she could be able to eat after this. Girl, you crazy. Oh my God, not eat after this. Girl, I told y'all, my content would switch up. Child, I would have a new me. Baby, forget him. Okay, I would have me a new man. My new content would be me at the pantries, the food pantries. Okay, we would be up at the food stamp office. Because let me tell you, see, those people get some views anyways. Okay, when you saying this is my new life because I owe $1.75 million, child, this is about to be my new life till I pay that debt. Okay, and you use some of your coins that you're getting from social media towards that debt. All they want to know is you're at least trying. Okay, but girl, you got to switch this content. You can't be out here on $1.7 million and you out here at the store on every video. Y'all shopping, rubbing it. We're gonna look at some of that, rubbing it in their faces. What are you doing, girl? I would be at Goodwill. If you are shopping, you better go down to the local Goodwill. Okay, you better go to some of these bins and stuff. Girl, you need to switch your content. How do you eat on a budget? You better go to some of those old school meals that families they had on Good Times. Girl, when you cannot afford it, you better do that in front of the camera, even if you offline going to the steakhouse. Why would you be on here looking like you got money? Okay, so she'll be in the debt for the rest of her life. Yep, pretty much. Okay, I'm telling you, Brittany, girl, that would be my new content. I have a whole new man. They wouldn't even see him anymore. Okay, they'd be like, who is that? My new man. We at the food stamp office. I'm trying to get some help because I owe $1.75 million, as y'all already know, and I'm embarrassed. But hey, this is my new life. Girl, be up there having all kind of money. Okay, but you don't need to be on here flaunting it. This is crazy work. She said this is karma. They got to live in. They're going to be struggling for the rest of their life. Because how's he going to pay his debt? He's definitely going to leave. She think it's the game, right? Judges don't like being played with. Exactly. I'm telling you, that does not look good. Michael, turn that down. That does not look good. Right, and Tasha is a millionaire. Girl, you're not in Tasha's range. Oh my God. Okay, so Nicole, you figured it out. She said, lock her up. 25K got me. She got me tickled. Girl, you better sit it out or else you're going to sit it out. Which one? Okay, Akira won big time and has a new man, she probably happy. Girl, take him. You can have him. Okay? That's probably what she's saying in her mind.
Raised to respect the marriage. I was raised to respect God. So loyalty, marriage, the White House with the picket fence and the dog and the kid, that's me. It was horrible. Like, I can't, even right now, I don't like going out in public with my kids because I'll get stopped in the store. I can't have fun with my kids to this day because people harass me, and so it's hard. I went right back to work, and so like the people at my job, they kind of got rid of some of my stuff because they thought I wasn't coming back because of how much that I was awarded.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was deeply in love with that man, that I would do anything for him. I made sure that I put him first, and I shouldn't have.
Eyewitness News reached out to Brenay Kennard for comment after the trial, but she chose to decline.
So let me know what you think about this whole situation. Did this sound like an affair that just happened? Or did Brenay marry his cousin to stay close, embedded herself for 2 years, positioned herself inside his home, and executed a plan? And Brenay still hasn't acknowledged that $1.75 million is real. She monetized the humiliation of a wife and mother, turned family destruction into content, and found out that in North Carolina, deliberately wrecking a marriage has a price. Was this the longest con ever played? Drop your theory in the comments. See you in the next episode.
Okay. Now, I want to try to look at, this is what I'm talking about when I say that she's not taking this seriously. Let's take a look. Okay. So she has 2.9 million followers. Okay, let me move the content. What did Terry say? The judge also wants to add, and no, Brenay, your trifling ass can't buy any man's sperm out of prison. Wait, don't tell me she's doing that. This girl, she needs some help. Yeah. Hello. I bet she wish she would have declined that man. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. I really feel bad for her, Tebe, because y'all imagine this. You have this woman with all these supporters, okay, that pretty much they follow her and they believe her over you, that you doing her wrong. But she done took your man. So now, it's like she was in love with him. They got matching tattoos and he was writing her letters and all of that. Now you with someone I thought I could trust. You see what I'm saying? Like, I got to watch y'all on social media looking like y'all happy. She's not happy. Okay. She could fake it all day. You can't make me believe that that's genuine happiness. Okay. Not even pork and beans, try rum. Right. Try rum and noodles. Okay. Child, I would have all kind of recipes on here. Okay, with some ramen noodles. Let me show y'all what it looked like with some pork and beans. Okay, these are 30 cents a pack. Let me show y'all with some peanut butter. This is how you can cut some cute sandwiches. Okay, child, everything would look like we just trying to make it. All right, you can't be on here doing what you on here doing. Now, let's look at this. So, y'all, now check this out. She up here shopping at Shein.
Hey y'all! I have not done a voiceover in so long, but hey, how y'all doing? So y'all know Black Friday is coming up, period. As you seen on the screen, there are some discount codes that I want y'all to use. So y'all know that this is a plus size haul from Shein, and yeah, I'm plus size and I'm trying on these clothes, so it makes it a haul, period. Anywho, so I rate most of these clothes probably like a 9 out of 10. But for the most part, Shein have some amazing clothes and some amazing deals, y'all. So all you really have to do is go to your search bar, search in the code that I put on the screen, and all the items from that discount code will pop up, and then you'll be able to get money off. So look, like I was saying, a pilgrim. Yeah, this is that dress. I did not.
Child, she at this. Look at this.
We got to go to Ulta. Why you got my Celsius in your hand? You drank yours.
Yours is still halfway through.
Give it to me. Come with us. Let's go to Ulta. Anyway, we made it to Ulta, guys.
Now they're
Ulta. Got some eyebrow pencils.
As we go to Onta.
He's just trying to get whatever he can.
Here we come. I'm so excited.
Yes, KB Mommy. We're gonna look at that.
Ooh, I like that. I don't even know. So I'm in here looking for some perfume and some eyebrow stuff. So we got to see what we can find. There's only two things I come in for. Oh, and blow dry. We're gonna see what we leave out with. Ooh. What, baby? Here.
I bet she does, KB Mommy. She reminds me of Bree with that.
Pink. How am I supposed to even know?
She just trying on stuff, shopping like she don't owe this lady $1.65 million.
Oh, I like that one. Sour watermelon. I like that one. Let me smell. This one is a sweet.
Okay, then she over here. She trying to buy him some stuff.
You Tractor Supply. Come in here and exchange some clothes that we got yesterday. Hopefully we don't buy nothing else, which we won't, because I'm not buying a freak thing. So we got some of this stuff here yesterday. Baby got the wrong size, so we're exchanging the size. And also got those hoodies, some hoodies over there. So we like what I have right now is actually come here as well. You need a smaller size. You ain't that big. Babe.
What?
Right cancel 66.
Oh no, I gotta get the full effect.
Only my husband, literally. Only my husband.
I will just like
I noticed that, KB Mommy. Whose truck is that?
Let me see.
What?
What in the world?
I'm gonna show your mama this.
His mom.
It's okay though.
If she suggested that Akira file the lawsuit, okay, like y'all, she is out here just buying stuff. I mean,
We're about to go to TJ Maxx.
This is October 18th, though. Oh, really, KB Mommy? Wow, that's sad.
I'm not.
She's trying to make her jealous.
Skincare.
Boomerang.
I just was telling him I need some more of this. Re-up.
Yeah, just buying stuff. Okay. So this tells the court, since you can do all this buying stuff, you got some money. Okay.
Hi, Delo Hall.
I'm so excited, y'all. So I got a couple things. First of all, Five Below, they don't have daggone bags anymore. Why? I don't know. But let's get into this haul. All right. So I got these PJ shorts. Got these PJ
I think so too, Cheryl.
Cute. Got 1, 2, 3, and I do have a red pair that don't look like this. I already wore it. I got 4 pairs of these. I think 4.
I'm gonna stop sharing. Let me ask y'all this. Knowing that she knows that she owes this $1.75 million, okay? Do y'all think that she's going to have her money going somewhere else, knowing that they could possibly freeze her accounts? Because she's out like she doesn't have a care in the world and shopping up a storm, okay? Because they could literally freeze her account. So I hope she understands that. Hey, Brandy. Now, with that, y'all, she tried to be funny and she paid $2 towards her debt recently out of a $1.75 million award. She just paid $2. Okay. Now, remember earlier they said it's an 8% interest fee on that, which is like $400 a day. Okay, so you think she's not going to put it in someone else's? Yeah, she probably moved her money. That's what I'm wondering. Okay, so she thought it was a game and she paid this $2. Now, I want to show y'all this video. Shout out to Harmony Speaks. She did an awesome job with outlining. Her lawyer is now, y'all, coming after her money because she's like, oh, so you're not trying to pay. So they're about to do like this writ of execution. I think that's what it's called, where they come after it. They send the lawyer out, the sheriffs out to come and see what all they can take to get their money. Okay. Judgments against houses and taking it to another level. Okay. So let me show y'all this quick little video that Harmony Speaks put together. Make sure y'all subscribe to Harmony.
We going to get our
Rewind it some. Okay.
And I was wondering, like, how's she gonna keep this up after she lost her case in court because she owed money out now? So how is she gonna be out shopping and still owe? Well, let me tell y'all what she did. She went and made that first payment and paid $2. $2. And the court said, okay, you want to be fun? You want to play? We finna take it from you. So Akira went and filed a writ of execution. And now let's get into what this means. Okay, so what this means is, say you owe somebody $1.7 million and you go pay $2. Okay, basically you being petty as hell. And that's just like you owing $1,000 for rent and going to pay $1. She's basically looking the judge in the face saying, okay, you say I owe and I gotta pay, but I'm finna be petty and drop this $2. So all that did was piss the court off and make the creditor move faster. So y'all saw the screenshot from the court record, right? It said writ of execution issued 11/26/2025. So let me break this down to y'all. A writ of execution. It means the court said she don't want to pay. We're going to send a sheriff after it. We're going to get our money. We ain't being nice anymore. She trying to play games. We're going to play harder. That right there was the green light for the sheriff to show up at her house, freeze her bank account, seize her car, put a lien on her property, grab anything of value inside her home. This is the last step before the court literally sends people to come and get their money. That's why you saw those subpoenas to Apple, PayPal, Cashapp. They tracking every dollar she touches. So she can't play broke when the court is looking at everything in her digital wallet. She can't even act like she don't have it. Now, people were asking, can she file bankruptcy? Well, she can file bankruptcy. But that's not how this works. She can file bankruptcy. Anybody can. But alienation of affection judgments cannot be erased in bankruptcy. This is the type of debt that don't go away in bankruptcy. So when it comes to that, she pretty much screwed. And I think she already knows that, but a lot of people have been asking that when I'm watching different content. They asked that in the chat, so I just thought I would address it. Now, a judgment like this, it lasts 20, 30 years, depending on the state. And guess what? It can be renewed. That means she can be 40, 50, 60 years old, still owing this money. And I'm sure she will be. Every job they can garnish, say they garnishing one job and she said that ain't enough, I can't afford to live, I got to go get another job, they going to garnish from that job too. Every bank account they can freeze. Every refinance, they get paid first. Every home sale, they get paid first. This judgment is glued to her. She cannot escape this. And get this, every day the interest is adding up. So if y'all wondering what happens after a writ of execution, the sheriff knocks, knock, knock, either to serve papers or to come inside your home and see what it is worth anything that they can take. They finna freeze all them bank accounts within days. They finna put liens on any property in her name. Like I said, they finna garnish her checks. Like, she thinks that this is a joke. I don't know why she thought this was a joke. Like, my thing is this. Okay, if they felt like they were so in love with one another and they just could not be without one another, like, why act on that while they're married? You know what I'm saying? Why? Okay, they can confess their love to one another, and he could divorce his wife, she could divorce her husband, and then they could have been together. But they was so adamant on throwing this in their ex-husband and wife face that they didn't think. They didn't think. And y'all know Tim was due back in court for when he showed up in court with the Pum Pum and Brenay's briefcase, but he was carrying it. Remember, he was arrested the day in court and she bonded him out. Well, he had to go back to court. They continued it to January 26th, I believe. That's we gonna have our journalists down there, them women from TikTok who was down there with Brenay and Tim in Akira's case, because that's when Devin has to be in court with Tim suing him January 22nd. So that's still gonna be going on. So they're gonna stay down there and give us all the coverage. But the bottom line is this, okay? No bankruptcy is gonna save her. If she files, the debt still gonna stay, the interest still gonna grow, the sheriff still gonna come to the door, the subpoenas are still gonna keep coming, the creditor still gonna have full power to collect, and the judgment follows her for decades. That 1.75 million, it ain't going anywhere. She can't run, she can't move, she can't switch jobs, she can't delete the app, she can't pretend that she don't have it, because guess what? The courts see what's going on. They gonna know everything coming in and out. A writ of execution is the beginning of a nightmare for her. I can't believe that she went and did that. Like, you really thought this was a joke. You went and paid $2. God damn, this girl crazy. And just think, I don't see Devin losing his case. He's suing Tim. I don't see him losing. And the reason I don't see him losing is because Akira didn't lose. Tim broke up Devin and Brenay's marriage, and Brenay broke up Tim and Akira's marriage. It's that simple. Y'all let me know what y'all think below.
You want to take a picture with Santa? Wow. Ooh, y'all, this is a lot that is about to take place. Okay. Let's see here. No, Shelly. No, she isn't Shelly and us. Okay. It's dumb because now he has a whole case about the gun. Then they have to go through this alienation of affection case against him in this next, so where are they going to get all this money? So now, even if y'all do stay together, who's going to put the house in their name? Okay, the cars. Like the rest of pretty much y'all's life, unless y'all just kind of work out a payment plan or something, okay? Because I know the government will work with you if you get audited and you have, some money that you owe. If you can't pay all of it at once, you can set up a payment plan. So maybe they can set up a payment plan. Child, you better tell these people I'll send X amount of money a month or something. You don't want it to get to a level where they're garnishing things. Most people, they'll try to work with you, but also you need to humble yourself as well and quit being on here flaunting money when you're saying that, you can't pay all of this up front. I think she thinks that she's a Tasha K. That Tasha got, a big settlement. She hasn't paid Cardi, so all of that money yet. So she like, oh, well, I'm going to be like Tasha K. Girl, don't even play with her, okay? Harmony be on it. Yes, okay. I saw that snippet today. I said yes, because baby explained to me. Okay, she knows how to break that stuff down. And that is so true what she said. I agree. This is about to be a whole mess just because you can't make me believe. You mean to tell me it was that good? Like 1.75 million plus? Good? You couldn't buy nobody else. Your husband, what was wrong with your husbands? Okay? Because this man is not going to help you pay that debt. He's not. He's in it, in my opinion, for what he can get. And then he's going to be out of there. If he's going to pay the other guy, where he gonna get it from? I don't even know why these people are wasting their time, really, to be honest. Suing, it could be just to do something, but because they don't have the money like that. Now, if it was somebody with some millions, okay, then yeah, but child, that's their common. You can't bring dirt to people and think you're going to live a peaceful life or their karma. Yes, exactly. Yeah, he's not going to have the money. He's definitely not going to help her pay this debt. Okay. This is crazy work. I have never seen anything like this in my life. Between, even with the Fantasia situation, I mean, she at least had money. Okay. She had some money and she was, willing to pay the lady up front. Hey, Jay, welcome. Thank you for joining. Happy holidays to you. At least she was willing to pay the lady $100,000. Okay. It's the point of them being so trifling. That's why they should pay. Exactly. Okay. Let's see what y'all saying over here with the poll. Let's see here. Okay, so I asked, do y'all think that Brenay will pay her debt to Akira? 69% said no. 31% said yes. Okay, so some of y'all have some hope that she is going to pay that debt. Oh my goodness. Me, myself, and I said, like Fred Sanford said, you big dummies. Did you all know that Big Jugs and Big Thick Hips got married on September 11th? Yes, I heard that they did get married. Yes, so now this is her husband. Child, who's next? Okay, that's how you get them. Make another female jealous was the big deal for her. It had nothing to do with the man. Yeah, I believe that's what it is. So I want to know, and those of you who probably been, who have been following them, why do y'all think that she's trying to make Akira jealous so much? Like, where did things go wrong in their friendship? I guess that's my question. Where did things go wrong for her to steal? Okay, if you have the man now, right? Why are you still throwing shade and shots at this lady? Because you got the prize, right? You thought you got the prize. So you trying to get a car that she wants. So she's saying that she wants to get her looking for a braider. You like, oh, I think I'm gonna go get my hair braided. Like playing all these little games. Where did it go wrong? Why was she trying to get her man? Then she might not get all of her money, but this situation is going to make these dummies, yeah, they're going to be miserable. They are not going to stay together, y'all. I promise you. We will probably see them together maybe a couple of more months, maybe after his trial. Okay. After that, no. They're going to probably go into some hiding, probably trying to hide the money now, give it to some family members, the whole for them. I don't know if she's going to make money. The only thing I can see is if she forever has someone that's going to pay her under the table. That's the only, B said, good for her trifling self. That's the only way I can see her and him, if he gets, if he gets a judgment against him, is Micah. Is them getting paid under the table. My Thanksgiving was wonderful. My grandson and I flew to Michigan. Oh, it's snowing. Oh, look, I love to see the snow, but not have it where I'm at. Okay, we're not equipped here for snow. But I'm glad that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Okay, Cancer 66 said she give them a year. Big Jugs even showed up to Kira's child's school graduation and the police were called. See, that's what I'm saying. You're in a different territory because now you are messing with my children. Okay, that part. I wouldn't even want that lady around my children because I wouldn't trust it. I really would. Because didn't she do like a weird video where, because we were looking at it, I think one day when she said she don't really hate. Yes, y'all, it was on, that was that morning I was going, I had an appointment and I let y'all listen to it, where she said she doesn't really hate the mom. But you know, I can be around children. Like the way she worded it was just so weird. I think I did play that for y'all on another live. Okay, Latte said I don't think the amount was realistic. Oh, yeah. Why do y'all think it was so high? Because my thing is, okay, so with Fantasia, it never did. She withdrew the case, like the white. They didn't go through with it, but hey, you know, some people allegedly said that she still kind of gave her a little amount. Now, before she actually took it to court, Fantasia only offered that lady $100,000. So why do y'all think that Brenay's judgment was so high? Because I'm like you, Latte. I mean, in comparison, right? If you think about it, Brenay is an influencer. Yeah, she bringing in some coins, but I mean, millionaire coins, like that was like extensive in my opinion. I agree with that. Not to say that I don't think she should pay, because yeah, you need to go ahead and pay the lady, but like, why not like 500,000 or something like that? Why was it in the millions? That dude ain't even worth $1 million, girl. Why in the world? That's a good point you just brought up. Why is it in the millions? That's crazy. She said Akira has 700 pieces of evidence. Oh my God. What? 700? They probably didn't even need to go through but about 10 pieces. Probably because Brenay was so cokey and uncooperative. Y'all, I didn't even think about that. Hold on, y'all. What's this? I'm like, wow. This is crazy work. Well, I don't know. We'll see how this pans out, y'all. So I guess January, that's our next little thing to see how their case goes. And you know the content creators. Now, y'all, I am definitely going to be following this. Okay, now that I know about it, I want to follow, you know, the content creators that will be on scene. Okay, that will give the footage and you know, give us some notes and stuff like that. We'll definitely tap in and react to that because this is going to be big as well. Okay, because I want to see how is this going to pan out. And will he get a lawyer? She had a lawyer, but the lawyer quit. I wonder why. Maybe if she had a lawyer, maybe she could have gotten that thing brought down to like $500,000. That's a lot of money. $1.75 million, child. I would have to go and appeal that amount. I agree with Latte on that. That is astronomical. Like, seriously. Wow. Well, y'all, that was all that I had for right now. We will continue to follow. I want to give a shout out to Talks with Tabby, Shelly and us, Shelly Shells, and KB Mommy. Thank you, ladies, for being sponsors of tonight's lives. Also, shout out to the moderators, Dreamy Girl Latte, Shelly Shells, and Lolo. Thank you, ladies. Also, every one of the members that are lit up in green, thank you for your support as well. And I thank all of you. Oh, Cocky, got you. Cocky, I agree. I thank all of you for joining. I just ask, you know, the like button is for free. Okay. If you would like to support the channel, you are, oh, let me give you, I'm going to give you the IG KB Mommy if you have that. If you would like to support the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, a super chat. My Cash App is scrolling on the screen, or buy a coffee. And that link is either in the chat or in the description field of this video. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you all for joining me on a Saturday night. Okay. Look, I wanted to get on so we could get off and we're not on here too late. Also, make sure Joy said, child, this was enough. Joy, that I think, look, this probably took over some of the stuff we were shocked about with the Holly situation. This was on another level right here. But y'all make sure you tap in the morning for our open book worship experience at 7:45 Central, 8:45 Eastern. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it so much, and thank you for your support. And I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful night. Until next time, be blessed.
You just flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. The open book, every voice matters, every lie shatters. Catch you next page.